What's up, everybody? This is Matt Halfhill from Nice Kicks, live from Agenda Las Vegas, and I'm joined by my man Jeff Staple.
What's up, Jeff? Always good to see you.
Always great to see you, man. How is Vegas treating you so far?
Vegas is great. We were just talking. This is probably my 125th time. Like, no exaggeration.
Yeah.
I've been coming to Vegas for the past 18 years, 2 to 4 times a year, nonstop, without a break. But I love it.
Now, 2015 is the 10-year mark of 2005. Which was a big year for the Nike Dunk, and specifically one that you had a hand in.
Yeah.
So tell me about what it's like to see the Pigeon Dunk celebrate 10 years of history and legendary status.
It's honestly a blessing because, like, I knew back then what we did was a good thing. The Pigeon Dunk was a good shoe. That's all it was. In 2004, when I saw the sample of the Pigeon Dunk, I was like, it's a good shoe.
Yeah.
Let's sell it, right? 2005 hit, and something better happened. It was like, wow, that made a lot of noise, right? But 3 years go by, and 5 years go by, and the prices on eBay keep going up. They don't go down. And it's like, wow, people are still really, really into this thing. And then 7 years go by, people are still fiending, doing interviews about it. And then 10 years go by, and like people are making documentaries about the shoe, and like now it's in the Brooklyn Museum. But also, the shoe is so scarce, and everyone who owns the shoe never wears the shoe. I guarantee you that out of the 300 pairs that are made, 275 have never been on feet that exist in the world, right? And they're just sitting encased in some vacuum sealed thing on some kid's shelf, you know? And you could be a millionaire and offer that kid 10 grand for that shoe, and he won't give it up at this point.
Because it's a piece of culture, too.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Now, you have had several shoes since the Pigeon Dunk that have taken some inspiration on the Pigeon theme. Tell me about what that does for you in terms of retelling that story.
To me, it's kind of like going back to graffiti art days. You want your tag, right, on every train in New York City. I'm not gonna be like, yo, I'm hitting the 7 train tonight, so let me do some different shit. Like, no, I want everyone to know that I've blessed all of these trains. So think of another entity, icon, artist, or tag that has been a part of so many different shoes. Like, there's something really powerful about the consistency of it. The naysayers always come out and be like, yo, he just does the same shit all the time on different things. But it's like, it's more about, like, to me, as a brand, I've always loved, it's weird to say, but I've always loved brands like FedEx and like NASA, where it's just like, the purple and orange logo on the side of a truck is FedEx. On the uniform, it's FedEx. On like the shoe, it's FedEx.
It's so to the point where you look at the Phoenix Suns and you're like, whoa, are they a FedEx team?
Exactly, yeah. And now it's exactly the same. Every day, a dozen times a day on Instagram, kids are sending pictures of an actual pigeon and saying like, I can't look at a bird right now without thinking about you. And that to me is how you build a brand, you know?
So now in terms of sneakers, I know you're a sneaker guy. What kinds of sneakers are you really feeling right now?
I gotta say, I'm loving a lot of shit that Adidas is doing. The Ultra Boost is amazing. I can't get enough of them. The Yeezys I love too. I love those on feet as well. Like, they're really, really comfortable and they're dope. The release of them was amazing and the marketing behind it is amazing. So kudos to what Adidas is doing. And I also love the indie guys, or the quote unquote indie guys, but like, you know, guys like Brooks, Diodora, like, they're not indie, they're old legacy brands, but they found a new voice in sneaker culture. But I love how scrappy they are. I think if you launched a brand 5-10 years ago, it'd be like, how do we get in the Foot Locker? That's all it's about, right? But now it's like, yo, how do we get 24 Kilates to do something, or Hannen Shop to do something?
Or like with Packer shoes, doing a shoe with Raekwon.
Yeah.
Now, you've worked with a lot of brands on footwear projects. What is one brand you haven't worked with yet that you would like to do a job with?
On footwear?
Yeah, on footwear.
Adidas. We travel in the same circles, but it's notable to me that we haven't went out on a date with each other yet, you know? And it's kind of interesting because I think Adidas has been doing such an incredible job of building the brand that they've been doing in the past 1 to 5 years, let's say, right? And I think where we have been going has also been culminating as well. And I would love to see us do something like really, really historic together. What's great about Adidas is they're the one brand that is experimental and edgy enough to let an artist do their thing. They seem like they don't really put tight guardrails on you as a designer. And you could see that from Stella to like Raph to Rick Owens to Kanye, right? It seems like they just say do whatever you want.
Right.
But they have the amount of business and volume to move the needle. So like, yeah, I could go to like, you know, brand X or brand B and be like, yo, I want to do a shoe. And they'll be like, yeah, do whatever you want, Jeff. We're going to make 96 pairs and sell them online and sell them through an Instagram campaign. Like, okay, that's cute, but it doesn't move the needle.
Doesn't move the needle.
You know, so what's a brand that allows you to do both? And I think Adidas is really that one and only company. You know, Nike's quite tight with the guardrails, you know, on what you can do.
Right.
You know, and then other brands going below that, like, don't really move the needle that much. So, yeah, Adidas is the sweet spot.
That's awesome. Well, Jeff, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us. We'll be talking to Adidas. Have a little birdie chirp in their ear.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I'll send a carrier pigeon over.
Yeah, send a carrier pigeon over their direction.